Hi and welcome to this book haul. I accumulated around 20 books in January and February, which is not my usual case, but there were a lot of promotions, so I went a little bit crazy. Aristotle and Dante dive into the waters of the world. I think it's actually the second in the series. Okay, these two books. Aristotle and Dante discover the secret of the universe. Both in Polish, this is why I needed to look up what is the original title. It's probably YA. I think it's YA. It's by Benjamin Alire Sáenz, and I'm completely butchering this name, so sorry for that. I have no idea what it's about. I've seen this on TikTok and I decided to just buy these two books, although I haven't read the first one and I don't know if I'm going to like this, but it was cheap, so I got it. Next up, one of my favorite authors, Schwab, and it's Gallant. I just really like the quality of this book, and this is the main reason why I bought this. And I haven't heard about this book before I bought this, but then I heard bad reviews, and I hope I'm going to like this, although majority of people don't really enjoy this book. Next up, also by Schwab, Vicious. It's one of her most popular works, and I've never read that. I only read Darker Shades of Magic and The Invisible Life of Alire. And that's all? I don't think so. But this is one of her most popular works, and it's quite a big book. Next up, Tahereh Mafi. She's the author of Shatter Me, and I haven't read whole series. I think that I started reading this when I was 14 and I really didn't like it, but I really like the spine of this book and I bought it, and I wasn't aware that it is by the same author as Shatter Me, so I hope this will be the exception to me not liking her works. Next up is Last Night at the Telegraph Club by Malinda, and it's fantasy and it's also sapphic from what I know, and it has nice book cover. And what else can you ask for? I don't think it's YA, although I might be wrong, because the publisher that I bought most of these books from is probably the young adult publisher. I wanted to read more adult fiction, but I guess it's not going to happen first couple of months of 2023. Next up is the Lesbianas? The Lesbian's Guide to Catholic School. I think it's not the Lesbianas, although I don't know. Sapphic, cute, high school story. I've heard only great reviews. Next, by the author of Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, is Daisy Jones and the Six, by Taylor Jenkins Reid. And this book is written in the form of interviews, and it's probably about celebrities, because that's what Taylor Jenkins Reid likes to write the most. Next up, also by Taylor Jenkins Reid, is Malibu Rising hardcover, which is just fantastic. It also has end papers, and for that it was probably the three best book from this haul, which was really happy to get this book in the hardcover. Next up, one and only Sally Rooney and Beautiful World, Where Are You? I haven't read Normal People or Conversation with Friends, This is first book by this author, and I'm currently reading that, and I'm almost finished, and I love it, and I'm going to buy Normal People and Conversation with Friends soon, because this is my kind of book. It's hard to really describe what this book is about, because it's like slice of life, no plot, just random thoughts and commentary about world and people and emotions and things that matter and don't matter. Just it's about everything basically. It also has chapters where two main characters are writing mails to each other, and these mails are more about like societal issues and more like deep conversations, and the normal chapters are just about day-to-day life. Next up, Casey McQuiston, Red, White and Royal Blue. It's about at least one person is from royal family, and the next one is, I don't know, but it's a gay love story involving royals and royal drama in UK. Very popular book. I think it was a debut novel by this author, but as with everything, I'm not sure. Next up, also by Casey McQuiston, is One Last Stop, and I've already read this book. This was my first 5 stars of this year, and it's a Sahic love story, and it involves time travel, which happens with the metro line in New York, and we see how they meet each other and just how this love story goes. And it was great. I love it. Next up is one of my favorite books, and in English it's I Am Pilgrim by Reyes, and it's thriller mystery about terrorists, and this was the book my mom recommended me, and from the time my mom recommended me this book, I've read this like 4 times, and I finally have a copy of this book. Next up, a graphic novel from the author of Shira, I think, and because it's the author Shira, not author, director, technicalities. Of course it's Sahic, okay, or anything. I haven't read that. My roommate started reading this. I think she likes this, but I don't know. This freaking book. I also read this. This is the first book that I tapped like this, because my attempts of tabbing a book were really bad, and I just got bored with this freaking book. I wanted to buy this book for the longest time, but it was so expensive on Amazon, and there wasn't the Polish translation, but I found the Polish translation, and just the Telegraph didn't have that connected in the database, and I was very confused, and I was so happy to finally get this book. It's a vampire story about a murder and also polyamorous relationship, which is great. Also another 5-star of this year. I just read amazing books recently. And the last book from my haul is The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern, and is the author of The Night Circus, which I really enjoyed, and I have no idea what it's about, but I prefer not knowing what the book is about and being surprised rather than spoil myself by reading the back of the book. So that's the last book. So thank you so much for watching. I don't think that I will have another haul like this because, you know, that's a lot of book to buy in 2 months, and I will see you soonish. Bye bye.